sirree, it's little old me, that gal with panache who rakes in the cash. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I really should have said who rakes in the IOUs, but that wouldn't rhyme. Oh, by the way, you know, if any of you rhyming Simons out there have any ideas, like the way I always say, that gal on the sofa who ain't no loafer, or that gal with the curves that'll rattle your nerves. Well, just send them in, okay? I mean, who knows? You might get to hear them on the show. But try to keep them clean, okay? Now, I have received thousands, maybe even 4 letters, just like this one, that say, hey, Macabre is groovy, but think about us sci-fi buffs a little more often. After all, we have feelings too. It says so right here. Well, to all you sci-fi buffs, I just want to say, tough luck. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I just want to say, I always please to aim why I try to bend over forward for my fans. And that's why we're threading up a little number this week that's in the sci-fi vein. It's something like 2010, but I think it's because they made it for about 2010 bucks. It's called The Doomsday Machine, starring Bobby Van and Ruta Lee. I just read someplace that she just changed her name from Ruta Vega. Anyway, this movie is right up there with, it's right up there. Well, too bad it didn't stay up there. Anyway, that's another story for another time. The story for this time is The Doomsday Machine, and it's coming right up. Yeah, boy, you just never see them tourists going anywhere without them cameras of theirs, do you? I mean, you see them up at Farmer's Market by the busload with them cameras just going crick, 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 all over the place. Boy, just give them a roll of that Fujifilm and they think they've died and gone to heaven. And I guess that was supposed to be the Doomsday Machine that she was taking pictures of. I guess. I mean, it looked more like a cross between R2-D2 and Law Machine to me. Oh, and it looks like we scooped 60 minutes with this one. Exposed the hazards of wearing pigtails in the workplace. That's right, folks. Pigtails can be hazardous to your health. Eat your heart out, Mike Wallace. We hit it first. Okie doke, the tension mounts. It's in the air. I can just kind of feel it. I mean, any minute now, something really exciting is gonna happen. Any minute. Trust me. Quick, quick! Doc's in trouble! He needs to get oxygen to the brain! Oh, yeah. That's a lot better. I was worried there for a minute. Phew. Hey, and dig them crazy motorcycle helmets. Where right now there's a whole gang of bikers back on Earth saying, hey, we've been ripped off, dude. Boy, you put them silver motorcycle helmets together with them lazy boy recliner chairs, and you've just furnished yourself a spaceship. Looks like the art director on this turkey did all his shopping in a recycler. But he did manage to come up with 3 tight-fitting spacesuits for them women, even if they did just show up at the last minute. Those guys didn't seem too thrilled about having him along on the trip, did they? I mean, come on, fellas. They're talking 2 years up there in space. Well, I don't know. 7 guys together going to Venus, the love planet. Doesn't that strike you as just a little bit queer? Well, I didn't catch how far they said Venus was away from the Earth, but I do know it's way up there. Oh, excuse me, honey. Do you know exactly how high Venus is? High. Duh, yeah, I know it's high. I just said the same thing in so many words my own darn self. I was hoping for something, a little bit more specific, or maybe just a couple. We interrupt this interruption to bring you an interruption. It's, oh, howdy. I didn't know we were back. I was, just going over the script. I know, you thought I just sort of made this up as I went along. Nope, there really is a script, see? And yes, from time to time, I do wear glasses. Never on the air, of course. Why, without these glasses, I'm a very pretty mistress of the dark. Oh, darn! I went and got these suckers all gunked up with fingerprints. You there, would you just mind going, huh?
Ha.
Thanks, pal. Maybe someday I can return the favor. Now, let's see. Where was I? Oh, yes. We interrupt this interruption to bring you an interruption. It's commercial time here on Movie Macabre. Ah, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that anybody's still watching. This turkey stopped making sense a long time ago. They had to lighten a load, right? So what'd they do? They threw a few cheap stereo components overboard. That's what. I mean, Fred Rated was pulling his hair out, saying I could get a price for that stuff. If they needed to lighten a load, why didn't they just throw a couple of them big old heavy chairs overboard? I mean, those suckers must have weighed about 300 pounds each. But if they needed to lighten the load, why didn't they just throw Ruta Lee's hairspray overboard? I mean, you could have saved a couple of 100 pounds right there. But instead of doing something smart like that, they put Danny and the Ruski chick out on a raft. I don't know why they're making such a big fuss out of it in the first place. So what if a doomsday machine destroyed Earth? It was Chinese, wasn't it? What the heck? An hour later, the Earth will be back together again. So you mean to tell me that is it? The end? Finito? Like they traveled 160 million miles to find out the planet was all booked up? Boy, they must have had some travel agent. The kind that gives the whole darn industry a black eye. And did anybody get the feeling they just sort of tacked that ending on? It's like they had 4 days to make this turkey and they didn't quite get the ending shot. And none of the actors would come back the next day to help them finish it. Hey, Bobby, can you come back tomorrow? All we need to do is shoot the ending. Hey, forget it, Daddy-O. I'm auditioning for a game show. Ruta, baby, what about it? Hey, sorry, Jack. Tomorrow I get my hair done. And that'll take all day. Doc, Katie, anybody. I'll give you points. Anyway, now you know why I'll take a good axe murder or a vampire story over one of these sci-fi jobs anytime.
Let's run a playback on this whole thing from the beginning.
No, for heaven's sake, no more reruns, please.
I think it's a fine choice.
Unpleasant dreams.